What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about Matt Stafford, how he won again, another big game. They're headed to the NFC Championship. They beat Tom Brady. And if you're new to the channel, my name's Chris and that's Craig. And we break down and talk about Detroit sports, Pistons and Lions mostly. So if you like Detroit sports, consider subscribing. And today we're going to talk about Matt Stafford, how he won, what it means. Are we rooting for him still? Are we like, who cares? You know, where we're at as Detroit Lions fans, seeing our old quarterback going out, winning big games, doing well. So Craig, I'll let you start with that. I mean, are you watching? Are you excited for him? Or you don't care? Where are you at with just seeing Stafford out there in big games? We're not used to seeing him out there in these moments, and there he is.
Yeah, I mean, the last time we saw him in a big game was Lions Cowboys, right? That game that was in many Lions fans' eyes stolen from us. Yep. But we're not going to go down memory lane with that. I think when I'm watching the game, I was so conflicted. It was really hard for me. And I know you've been all in, and I know so many Lions fans have been all in. I love Matt Stafford. I want to see him succeed. And it's hard for me. When I take personality test, one of the overwhelming things for me is a loyalist. So when Matt Stafford leaves, am I loyal to Matt Stafford or am I loyal to this? Right? Am I loyal to the Lions? And I end up being loyal to the Lions. So I don't mind admitting that I really hope that the Rams were going to go like 6-11 because somebody, I don't know if it was based on injuries or whatever could have happened. I was really hoping for like a number 15 pick. That was like my dream scenario. Yep. But now you see Stafford in the playoffs. And since he's gotten in the playoffs, it's kind of become that, how do I want to put it? It's become that, hey, if he wins, like it's not going to change our pick that much. Like we would have started at 24 maybe, and then, or even 25, and then they win a game. And it's like, okay, so it pumps up to like, now we're at the point where it's going to be at least 29. Like that's the lowest it's going to be. Yep. Most likely the lowest is going to be 30. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I see where we're at. So it's no longer about draft position. I don't know. I want to know, how do you feel when you're watching him right now? Are you just like, are you living and dying like Matt Stafford was still the quarterback for the Lions? Like, help me into your mindset here. I need help because I'm miserable. I'm miserable.
Well, I'm like you, he started off hot. I'm like, let's go. It's great. Good to see. And then he cooled off kind of in the middle of the year. And it was like, hey, better draft pick. Like I'm in for that. And now to see him out there and, that's always been the criticism as Lions fans was like, man, he would have some good games, but he could never win the big game. So it's like, hey, I got to hand it to him. He's out there. He's in the big games, big spots. And so it's like good for him. And I think as Lions fans, as in the heart of our watching lives, the last 12 years, and we just got to see heartbreaks and man, just, it's like, hey, good for him. And the reason I'm really kind of behind it is because we gave him the trade, right? So if it was like, no, you don't, you're staying with us, we could have kept him, but we're like, it just makes sense for everybody. And it really I think selfishly, it benefited us. If he was here this year, we would have won 6 games and, just like, what are we doing? But instead we took one on the chin this year. We're going to start rebuilding it the right way. So I'm like, hey, good for him. It's in the end of his career, even though he's only like 33 or whatever, but hey, good luck to you. And as a Lions fan, I can still be like all in on Lions, but I'm like, good, give it a try. Now, next year, am I going to get tired of watching him out there? I could see that. I could see being like,
for sure.
But hey, this is your chance. Go for it. Keep going as deep as you can. But I still have the Lions and I still like what we got in return. So it makes me excited.
I just feel like he's exactly what he's always been in Detroit. I think what makes me so mad is the narrative that we keep hearing. I don't think I'm so frustrated that he's winning. Like, I'm happy for Matt Stafford. I want him to be winning. Like, of course I do. He was nothing but a stand-up dude for the entire time he was in Detroit. And that takes a lot to be the face of a franchise, to hear all the crap that you're the reason the team's not winning and you can't win big games and all that kind of stuff. Like, when truth is the organization was just poorly run. throughout his time here. And so I don't have a problem with that. I think what gets me frustrated is the national media's misperception of Matthew Stafford. This idea that he's a guy who can't win big games, this idea that he's not a guy who's good in the clutch or in crunch time and stuff like that, when all we've seen in Detroit for the last 10 or 11 years is that that's about the only time Matthew Stafford was really good.
Yeah.
Like in those difficult times when you're in comeback. I mean, the amount of fourth quarter comebacks, he had that one year where we had like 7 or 8 fourth quarter comebacks. And you're like, all right, Matt Stafford knows how to perform under pressure. The issue I always had with Stafford is the slow starts to games.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there yesterday and I'm watching at the time of recording yesterday, I'm watching the Bucs Rams game and I'm seeing him come out the gates just red hot. And I'm like, where was that? Like, that would have been really nice to have in Detroit. Maybe it's good coaching and it's getting guys in position to be successful. I mean, he was throwing to a lot of open guys, but then part of me was also kind of jealous. I see him throwing to OBJ, Cooper Kupp, and I see like wide open receivers everywhere. And I'm just like, this is a wealth of talent. It's not even fair that they got Odell Beckham Jr. Like, it's not even fair. I mean, the hand catching is just, he makes it look so good, but I struggle with it. I'm going to be honest with you. I really, really do. And I can't make myself cheer against him because I love Matt Stafford, but I can't cheer for him because I love the Lions. So basically every time I watch a Rams game, it's kind of like,
I agree.
It's a lose-lose situation for me.
It's still definitely weird. It's like, oh man. And I totally, I'm like rooting for him, but I'm like, yeah, like you said, I'm a little jealous. Just like, dude, we could, because you look at it, when he came into the league, we were 0-16. So of course it took 2 or 3 years to get going. Then we get going. Now he's got it. 2011, 12, 13, 14. We have Caldwell. We move on from Jim Schwartz and we've got something. And then just, I mean, this is a whole nother video, but just as a franchise as a whole, we make the franchise turning mistake of going away from Caldwell and hiring Quinn and Patricia. And then that's 3 years of crap. And now we've moved on. So anyway, when he had a window of making sense,
he was still playing so hard during that window, right? Like you see him, he's the first guy to workouts in the summer and he's getting young receivers. He's bringing them on. And like you saw those things with him and like Quintez Cephas, like during COVID, like they're sneaking in workouts when they're not supposed to. And like, he's always working hard.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I always loved about Matt Stafford. So let's just agree to this. Can we tell me if you can buy in with me on this? And Lions fans, you buy in it as a whole. If you haven't already bought in on the let's like Matthew Stafford thing, Matthew Stafford's age didn't fit our rebuild. I'm just thinking of this right now. This is like therapy on air for me, right? Like his age didn't fit. Even if we're ready in 2 years, right, to be a contending team. Now he's all of a sudden, 35, 36. He had the back issues that he's been having that have magically been better this year.
Yeah.
But anyway, what is that, right? And it's not going to fit with the rebuild in his contract. So we needed to get rid of him. Like, so we can enjoy and have him succeed somewhere else. It just didn't fit our timeline.
Exactly.
Can we just convince ourselves that that's true?
Exactly. It didn't fit and it's not impacting us in any way. So go now. Obviously we're facing them in the NFC Championship game next year, which is probably going to happen for sure. Then I'm not going to root for you, but I'm absolutely go for it.
Let's agree though. If he gets hurt, not if he gets hurt, if they win the Super Bowl this year, can we both agree that we hope they go 4-13 next year?
Absolutely. If he wins the
Super Bowl, that's great. Have fun. Now just be terrible.
If he wins a Super Bowl this year, then I'm done with him. I'm just
it's over.
Awesome,
see ya,
man. I'm done.
Happy for you.
Done rooting for you. You did it. Good job. Exactly. So, it's funny. We got a lot of LA Ram fans that watch these videos just because they want to know what our perspective is. So if you're a Rams fan, we're rooting for you. Because really at this point, the draft pick doesn't matter. It never really did. And like Craig said, unless something really bad in the beginning was going to happen, then I'd be rooting. But it's obviously you're going to the playoffs.
No, we want him to succeed. And the Rams got a good thing going over there. They're changing the way that a team is built. I think it's just absolutely amazing. It's like first round draft pick. Who needs them? We don't need first round draft picks. We trust our scouting department. We're just going to get superstar players. We're going to play them and it's going to work out well. I think that is absolutely amazing. I know
Oh, it's not how you do it. It's
only in LA.
It's not how you do it. And it's, the Von Miller thing. I'm watching him yesterday and I'm just like, there you go. I mean, that's why you do it. He's pressure and he's all over the place. I mean, there's just guys that they've done that with. And so kudos to them. They're doing it. We're not. So we'll keep watching. We just want to put our thoughts out there. We'll share more as Stafford keeps going. Maybe we'll see him in the Super Bowl, and that'll get.
Oh, no. I'm gonna say right now, I hope I don't put the kibosh on them, but I'm telling you right now, the 49ers have beat the Rams twice this year. It is next to impossible to beat a team 3 times in a row. I don't think you just don't see it. So I'm feeling real good about the Rams' chances to get to the Super Bowl.
You're exactly right. And the Niners have had to go through 2 unbelievable games to get this. And I'm with you. The Niners are great, but that's a whole nother video. The Niners are really good. I love the way they're built, but it's just hard to win. And then they're going to be at home again. So anyway, we'll be back if he goes to the Super Bowl or not, whatever. We'll be back and we'll see you guys. Watching. Yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.
See ya.